Hi there, welcome to this video on removing tattoos. In this video here you can see, or on this photo here you can see we've got these tattoos across the feet. This is the before and this is the after. We've taken the tattoo off the right foot here. Okay, so what we're going to do first of all is delete these two layers here that we've been working on, and we're going to start fresh with this with the background layer. And first of all, what we're going to do is duplicate our background layer so we're not actually working on the original file and damaging the pixels there. Now the tool that we're going to use here is going to be the clone stamp tool, and what we're going to do is actually change the blend mode in our options bar up the top here. You can see we've got our clone stamp tool selected there, and we're going to change it to lighten. So what that's going to do is when we go over these darker images of the tattoo, it's going to actually lighten them and make them similar to what we're cloning. Okay, and we're going to set our opacity on this one to about 70%, and I'm just going to increase my brush size slightly by pressing the right bracket key. And with this technique, it's important that you when you're doing skin, and there can be skin tone changes, that you're actually cloning close to the area that you're going over. So you can see here I'm holding the Alt or the Option key on the Mac down, clicking to sample, and then just clicking straight over the top there to remove the tattoo. And by doing so, you can see when the skin changes from slightly lighter to darker here, that we're actually cloning the tone of the foot the way that it should go. Okay, and you can see here as we're going from left to right. Now we may get some banding as well. You can see a slight banding there, but we'll be able to fix that after. So just doing short dabs, clicking with the mouse to remove this tattoo. Okay, kind of a fun technique actually, and we'll just do a quick before and after. You can see that's the before, that's the after, and as we're removing this tattoo here in Photoshop. Okay, just going around this here. So at the moment we're getting rid of the bulk of the tattoo, and then we're going to just touch up the skin a bit to make sure it looks realistic. We're going to smooth out the skin a bit. Okay, almost there now. Thanks for your patience. Gee whiz, you must be patient if you're still watching. Okay, we're just going to change our sampling point now. Okay, there we go. Just quickly rushing through this now so we can get on to the next part. Okay. Okay, and you can see here that there are certain parts of the skin that just look, you can see we've got these lines across here, and we'll fix all that up in a second. The main part is that we get rid of this tattoo, and then we can start smoothing the skin out so it looks realistic. Okay, just going to zoom up a bit closer here and reduce the size of my clone stamp. Okay. There we go. Actually, reduce my opacity back a bit here. When you've got sort of sharp changes in the tone, you'll need to adjust your opacity slider to keep it realistic. If it's very definite, as you can see when we first started out, it was basically black and white, and in that case it's okay to have your opacity set up slightly higher. Now, simple way to get rid of these marks here, patch tool. It's the one under the spot healing brush, third tool down, patch tool. Click on that, click, drag, boom, look at that, smooth, beautiful. Okay, just going to grab this part here, move it across there. Nice, just sort of smoothing out these different parts of the foot there. Okay, that wasn't a very good one. Just undo that. Okay. Oh, that's not going to work either. But okay, what I'm going to do now is just increase my clone stamp tool, and got my opacity set there. Going to change the blend mode back to normal, and just going to lightly go over the top here to just smooth out, kind of blur in the edges of the foot there. Now this isn't rocket science, this one. You've probably known about the clone tool for a long time and the different ways in which you can use it. And let's have a look how we're going here. That's before, that's after. You can see up here it looks a bit fake. Let's quickly fix that up. Okay, now what we can do is actually add a new layer, and we're going to use our gradient tool here, and we've got our black going to white, and what we're going to do is just add a gradient to this, and we've got to actually select it on radial blur. We could have used a linear gradient, but we've used a radial one there, and we're also going to add a mask to that now, and if I press Control I, that'll make it so the complete gradient that we've created there is masked out. Now if we paint with white on the mask, that will reveal what's underneath. I've got my paintbrush selected here. I've got a soft brush of 0% hardness, and my opacity is set only to, I'm going to change that to 8%, so it's very light. Now I'm just going to slowly brush over this part of the foot here where I want to add this extra sort of shade and gradient, and you can see as we're doing that, it's adding this gradient to the foot here. And there's just a couple little lines up here that I'd like to touch up, so just going to click that layer. Oh, no pixels were selected. Okay, and once again with the patch tool here. Alright. Alright, so we're just smoothing that out now so it actually looks real. Okay. Now, if it's looking fake at all, which to be honest, it's looking a little bit fake up here. Whoa! Just come back to my mask here. With the mask, I can reduce the opacity on that just to drop it back a bit. And on the foot here, whoops, I'll just go back here to undo that. But I'm just going to reduce the opacity back there to lighten up those changes. And you can see now that it's looking reasonably realistic, probably a bit heavy up here. We'll just drop that back even a bit more. Okay, but there you have it. That's our before, that's our after, and we've removed tattoos in Photoshop. So you can do that. It would be a lot easier if the tattoo and you had a lot of other skin to sample from. In that case, you could basically just select the patch tool, select around the tattoo, and then drag that to another piece of skin which looked the same, and it give you an excellent result that way. I hope you've enjoyed this video, gained something out of it, and look forward to seeing you on the next one.